Oh, Canada, we stand up.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is a moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
You take a look at KD. Right now he leads in the East, getting plenty of ballots with his name on it.
And as much of an honor as it is to make the team, finishing number one, I think it's just that much bigger.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. And it's Stevens in at the 4. And for the Raptors, there's Boucher out there with Pascal Siakam. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Brown in at the small forward. Siakam, good. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And stolen by Siakam. Powell, no one around him, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
He's heady, he's unselfish. All VanVleet does is make winning plays.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and I think the perimeter game is what helped them in that one, consistent from out beyond the arc.
We talk a lot about shot selection, and we saw why. You want to avoid empty possessions.
VanVleet finds Brown. Siakam, right side.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Here's Irving. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year. It's Powell on the wing. They get it back. Shot's good by Boucher.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Irving passes to Claxton. The shot's good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's VanVleet. The teardrop falls in.
Fred VanVleet is staying locked in. He's confident going to the floater when given the chance.
Harden inside the three-point line. Durant for 3. Powell pulls it in. Raptors leading by 4. To the paint. Here's Siakam. Here's Boucher. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Toronto shooting their first free throws of the night right here. A new group in now for the Raptors. Bertanis, he's checked in for Siakam. Cummings comes in for Brown. Terrence Davis, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And a new group in for the Nets. Ellie's checked in. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Okogie's checked in for James Harden. And it's Brown in for Irving.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And it's Rubio with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. 3-point lead. Bertans finds Davis. Rubio outside. 6 on the shot clock. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Nets trail by 3. Claxton the pass to Okogie. And the Nets, another 3.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
When he's feeling good, he can help you stretch the defense a lot.
Now Cummings. Boucher kicks to Cummings. Back to Boucher. side, Davis. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Harris. Yep, that one goes in there. Harris has got 5 now.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's the Nets finishing the quarter on a tremendous 8-0 run. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Pascal Siakam, before the game tonight, shared his thoughts, reminiscing about his championship year with Kawhi Leonard.
It was always a team, and I think we don't look at one player and say he's going to save us. You know, we got to save each other. We got to play for each other.
And Greg, that's how Siakam plays the game himself.
Versatile, very unselfish, and a franchise player in the making.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris, and it's Claxton in at the center, locking down the middle. Claxton the pass to Harris. Inside. Claxton no good. And taken away by Brown to the middle. Lays it up off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Irving dishes to Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Durant's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
And you're so used to seeing Durant initiating the offense, but right there, he sets the screen and rolls with a purpose.
Here's Siakam. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Stephens offline with his 3. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Powell with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. To the inside. A nice shot by KD. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Raptors trail by 4. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Proton's shot is good.
Aside from the rim runners in this league, most bigs are now asked to help stretch the floor.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
A nice shot by Irving.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
1:24 left in the first half. Siakam deciding where to go with it. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Tough to contain Siakam around the rim. He has underrated strength.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. In the corner, Irving with it. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harris is checked in. Nets passing it around. Irving passes to Stevens. It's tipped. Fast break Toronto. Siakam running. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Kevin Durant.
What I love now, Siakam can put the ball on the floor. He wasn't asked to do a lot of that in college, but he never stops improving.
Some changes for Toronto. Chris Boucher's checked in for Davis Bertans. Terrence Davis comes in for Brown. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Fred VanVleet. The Nets also changing it up. LA's checked in. And it's Brown in for James Harden. 35 seconds left in the first half. Rubio against Irving. Now, here's Rubio. T right on him. The layup off target. And that one's good by Davis.
I think this is Rubio's greatest trait. I love to watch him move the basketball, and so does his coaching staff.
Brown the pass to Durant. The three. He doesn't hit that one. And some good action through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Raptors lead by 1.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what? The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
We've got Fred VanVleet. Boucher out there with Pascal Siakam. Then it's Troy Brown. And it's Powell in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Both shots good from the stripe. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Harden against Powell, and the layup's good off the glass. Powell's got his second bucket of the night.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
And stolen by Siakam. Here's the teardrop. And it's James Harden with the rebound. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. It's a one-point game. Irving against Powell. For 3, Durant. Siakam pulls it in. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Powell. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
And that one's good, Irving.
You have to love the imagination of Kyrie, able to get off his shot in traffic.
Here's VanVleet. Sweet little floater. Van Vliet's got his third bucket of the night.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Timeout called the Nets. Some changes for Toronto. Davis Bertans checks in for Chris Boucher. And it's Cummings in for Pop. And the Nets making a change here as well. Okogie's checked in.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged. And everything has to be earned.
Bertans can't get it to go. Nets leading by 3. Pass to Okogie. Here's Claxton. Bertans defending. Here's Kate. Oh, what a play!
Watch it! Putting a little creativity into it. Durant usually making it look easy, but not here.
And stolen by Irving. He dishes it to KD. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Cummings passes to Bryant. Here's Bertans, and it's blocked. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Here's Irving, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Irving's got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn. A minute 20 left in the third. And the Raptors call time here.
And Coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
And the Raptors with some changes. Terrence Davis comes in for Troy Brown. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Rubio the pass to Siakam. They need this. He lays it in. Siakam's got 12 points in the game.
Coming into the league, Siakam's defense was well ahead of his offense. As you can see tonight, that's evened out.
Irving for 3. Harden outside. Irving kicks to Durant. From deep three-point range, makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
There's the pass to Cummings. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Harden on the wing. He's guarded by Cummings. Claxton with the bucket. And it's a 12-point Nets lead.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite-level passer.
Count the basket.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll return shortly. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. On out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Stevens in a power forward. Here's Davis. Siakam trying to free himself up. And it's Davis missing. And so Brown will bring it up for the Nets. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Raptors shooting about 42% so far. Davis inside. Brown on him. And a wide open look for Siakam. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Here's Stephens. Boucher defending. Back to Brown. 5 on the clock. Here's the three. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Brown is checked in for the Raptors. Red Van Vliet comes in for Ricky Rubio. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Stephens, covered by Siakam. Stolen by Van Vliet. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam. The three from Harden, and the three ball is good. Harden's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Nets. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent an infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason, honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
So for the Nets, Kevin Durant comes in for Harris, and Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. Stephens, good.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Pass to Siakam. Off target with his three. Nets leading by 19. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Siakam. And the first one at the line is good. Now, Smitty, you were a player with versatility and length. How much fun would you have had with today's style of play?
I think, Kevin, I was a guy that kind of played 1 through 3 at 6'8". But nowadays, I could have played 1 through 5. I would have loved playing the 5 position. Reason why, I could have got my shot off at any time I wanted. And the three-point shot, Kevin, you can take 10, 12 three-pointers. I would have loved that.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First one falls for him. Davis is checked in for the Raptors. So he gets them both. Here's Davis. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Brooklyn.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year. Here's Bradley. Sloan passes to Stevens. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Over to the left wing. For 3, Okogie. The shot missing. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Cummings kicks to Davis. They grab their own miss. Kazanya's shot is off. Well, this one is winding down now. Brooklyn can watch the clock run out. It's stolen by Davis. Cummings' shot is good.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Lets it go from deep. And that one is off. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. Kyrie, very few can match your offensive creativity. So how do you integrate that into the team system?
It starts in our practice. It starts with our practice habits, getting our swing action, and practicing with a purpose. You know, whether it's shoot-arounds or walkthroughs, we're starting to show progress right there and just getting back to what we know, and that's executing on both ends of the floor and trusting one another.
Well, the ball was certainly moving tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.